guys, I'm Claire. I'm a fifth-year biochemistry major here at Northeastern.
And I'm Jared. I'm also a fifth-year behavioral neuroscience major at Northeastern, and this is the College of Science Student Takeover.
We have a fishbowl here with a bunch of questions that we're just gonna randomly answer for you guys, give you guys a little bit more of a feel of what it's like to be a Northeastern student. Yeah, well, do you want to tell them a little bit more about like where you're from and what you're interested in so they know like what's going on here?
Sure. So I'm a behavioral neuroscience major and a photography minor. On campus, I'm involved in Husky Ambassadors, which is our volunteer student tour guide organization with undergraduate admissions. I'm involved with them as their recruitment co-chair and also just working in the visitor center to welcome our prospective students and visitors to campus. I am also a former resident assistant working in residential life and a former orientation leader. I'm also in the Neuroscience Honor Society.
Cool. I'm a fifth-year biochem major, as I said, but most of my time at Northeastern has been spent doing different types of research, and so I'm really interested in conservation of endangered species and how human activity affects the planet, affects organisms all over the world. And so my co-ops have mostly been in studying those types of issues. Aside from that, I've been really involved in outreach on campus. I do a lot of scientific outreach. I founded a scientific outreach program with some of my friends. I've done a lot of studying abroad, and yeah, I've just done a lot of different things at Northeastern, so hopefully we can talk about some of those things.
Cool. So we have this fishbowl here of questions, so we'll just dive right in and kind of have a little conversation about our insights into being a Northeastern student. So grab one. Oops. Okay, so Claire, were you nervous to make new friends when you first went to college?
I was. I mean, I think anytime you go to like a new place where you have to meet new people, you don't know who's going to be there, you don't know like what opportunities you have to interact with them. Like, I think I was definitely nervous. I was an NUN student, so I went abroad my first semester, which kind of added this extra layer of like kind of nervousness about going out of the country. I had never been out, well, I went to Canada, but I mean, I've never been out of North America before, and so I was super stressed about that. But I think the good thing about Northeastern, I don't know, you were a traditional Northeastern student,
Yeah, I started
right?
in the fall.
Yeah, so like the thing I kind of have felt about Northeastern is like they're really good at breaking down entering students into like cohorts to where you get to meet people on like a really personal like level even early on. Like all of my group going to Ireland had like a group chat on Facebook. At orientation we hung out. It was like pretty easy for me to meet people, and I felt like those fears were eased really early on.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean, and like orientation over the summer too is a really great place to meet people. I'm actually still friends with some of the people I met at orientation.
Yeah,
5 years later,
same.
like I still know them. We still talk. I just saw one over spring break. Like it's really a good community.
Yeah, is there like a overnight orientation for students who?
Yeah, so orientation's a 2-day process over the summer. There's I think 6 or 7 different sessions now over the summer that you get to choose to go to, with an option for early arrival as well. So.
Yeah, mine had that too. It was like a 2-day pre-departure orientation is what they called it for us, and that was like really cool. You got to stay in the dorms, like meet people, hang out. That was like I think the best way that I kind of like got over that fear.
I remember there being a Ben & Jerry's ice cream social, which was quite nice. Yeah.
Do you want to pick another question? Okay. Blake, actually. All right. Oh, this one's sad.
Oh boy.
Okay, what will you miss the most about Northeastern when you graduate?
Oh no.
I know, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry.
I gotta think of this one.
Yeah, that's true. We're both fifth years.
Most.
So how long do we have left now? Like,
A couple months, not even.
yeah.
I think I'll miss constantly being around such an amazing community of people. Everyone I interact with here, whether it's actually a friend I know or just like someone I'm meeting in class, everyone is just always so friendly and outgoing and willing to talk to you and learn about your experiences and really just wants to get to know you and have fun. And I often say the conversations I have with other Northeastern students are so unlike the ones I have with my friends at home. Of course, I love my high school friends.
Yeah.
You know, no disrespect to them, but the conversations we have are different. They're more around high school things and what happened back then. And I feel like with my friends at Northeastern, like we're making new memories and we're making new experiences that are rooted in like global experience and co-op and all these amazing things. And we really talk about just like so many higher level things.
Yeah, and always like, I feel like my friends and I are always like looking towards the future, like
Yeah.
what are we gonna do next? And it's always really exciting to see where people are going.
Yeah.
I really think that I'm also gonna miss the like community at Northeastern. I think just being a college student is so great, and that you get to just be with your friends so much more than, co-op is excellent. I absolutely love being at work, but when you're in classes and you get to go to the library between periods and like see people and just like, I don't know, I just love that community feel that you get in college. In Northeastern specifically, I'm definitely gonna miss like all the opportunities. Like there's so many things you can get involved with at Northeastern and beyond that people will help you get involved with.
Yeah.
And like now that I'm graduating, I feel like I realize like, oh, that's for undergrads, that's for undergrads, that's for undergrads. And like there's so many opportunities that are geared towards college students. And,
Yeah.
like,
I thought of another specific event. Have you ever done a husky hunt?
I did like the fake husky hunt in
Oh,
UN
yeah.
where they like tried to give us a husky hunt. But then I applied for husky hunt one year and we didn't get in.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna miss
Hard
husky
feelings.
hunt. Yeah. Do you want to explain what it is? Or
You can explain it because you've done the real thing.
So Husky Hunt is Northeastern's annual 24-hour scavenger hunt that takes place in early November around campus and around the city of Boston. So students in teams of 12 are racing around the city for 24 hours from Friday night till Saturday night, completing on and off campus challenges, social media clues, location clues, crafts and found items, and a whole host of other things that the organizers come up with every year. 600 students take part, so it's a really big event that people get really hyped about every year, and usually about 1,000 or so students are interested. You take a qualifying quiz online that's made up of these
really
homemade
hard.
logic problems.
Really hard.
Yeah, but it's a really classic tradition, and then all the teams who get to compete go on a boat cruise in December, in early December, to celebrate the event, and that's where the prizes get announced as well. So, yeah, I've been involved with it pretty much every year, either on the committee or I participated one year and I actually co-chaired the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, we did the questions to try and get in. Those were like so much
They are
fun,
hard.
even though like they were hard. They were super cool,
Yeah.
super creative riddles. It's definitely a cool
All
event.
homemade. Yeah.
Um,
Should I grab another?
yeah.
Okay. I want to knock this thing over. In what ways have you personally grown during your time at Northeastern?
Ooh, I was actually just talking about this with one of my friends who's applying to grad school and, going through the whole process of graduating. And I feel like I'm in a lot of ways the same as I was when I started Northeastern, but I feel like I've changed in so many ways and grown so many ways. And I feel like the most profound one was that I really have found my passion and found what I'm really interested in a very real way. And like when I came to Northeastern, I was pre-med and I was interested in going that route. And I didn't even really know you could do research as a career. I grew up in a small town. No one really does that for like their job there. And so when I found out about that from my professors and got involved with that, I was like, this is super cool. And then doing my co-ops and just like learning to really just go after what I care about and finding out what it is that I love has been a really big shift. Yeah, how about you?
I think two biggest things that I've really come to develop are self-confidence and self-advocacy.
Yes.
I think I was involved in high school. I did things. I had friends, right? But in a lot of ways, I was very immature. Like there was just a lot of things I didn't know about the world and about myself. And I think throughout the different people I've met at Northeastern and the different experiences I've had, I've become really confident in both like my abilities and just the things that I know I do well, and in knowing what I want and how to communicate with other people the things that I want, and being able to, in a sense of like jobs or future opportunities, and being able to be clear and concise and direct with people is a huge skill that I've taken away from all the co-op searches, and self-advocacy, just being able to say I've had enough, or I'm having too much and I need a break and I need help. Being able to just reach out to other people in your connections and know that there are people who will support you unconditionally is an amazing thing about the community.
Yeah, I absolutely like that. Like, kind of being able to balance and take care of yourself and knowing when do you say no to things and how to prioritize the things that are most important to you while also making sure you're prioritizing like your self-care and taking care of, college can get really hard. I think college is amazing in so many ways. Northeastern is amazing in so many ways, but regardless, being an undergrad is a really, hard time. It's stressful. And that's definitely a big skill that I think it has been really important for me to develop is like how to do the things that I love, but also make sure that I'm taking care of myself and people around me.
I always preach self-care. So I think we have one more if you want to pull it.
Okay, I'll try and pick a good one. Oh, which ones? I'll take this one. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh boy. Well, I'm currently in the process of applying to medical school.
Nice.
So you left pre-med and I kind of joined it a couple years in and have stayed with it. So I'm applying to medical school this summer, currently studying for the MCAT or like the med school admission test. And I don't know exactly what kind of doctor I want to be yet, but my co-ops, I did 2 in clinical research and 1 as an EMT. So I've had a lot of patient contact and just that hands-on experience working with people, and I know that's really what I want to do. And I'm thinking of either like being in emergency medicine, like working in an emergency room, or doing neurology, which is really in line with my major, or possibly even just primary care, like family medicine type stuff. Because there's a lot of need for that in a lot of communities around the country. So I think primary care is a really great route to go, and definitely something I'm going to consider. How about you?
So like, I guess I still don't know, I'm still kind of figuring it out. The track I'm on right now is that I really, through my last co-op was in Panama. I worked I lived in this really small town in the middle of the rainforest. It was like Panama Canal on one side, town, like rainforest all around. And it was this little research station with people from all over the world doing research. And I was like out every day catching lizards and like putting them in bags and like doing experiments on them. And it was like such an amazing experience just to be outside and study these animals. And I think now with, some things that are like happening in the world, and there's really important issues that are affecting these ecosystems that are so amazing. And so right now I'm going to do a master's in biodiversity and conservation and kind of shift in that direction a little bit more than my major, which is biochem, focused on more like small things. So it'll be a little bit more ecology, organism based. And so that's kind of my goal. And then eventually I hope to be, kind of doing independent research as like an academic with like kind of a team, maybe at Northeastern, a professor somewhere, that kind of career. Yeah.
So looks like we're wrapping up. Any last words you want to say?
No, I guess Northeastern's really been an incredible place for me as an undergrad to grow, and there's so many opportunities, and we really look forward to seeing you on campus in the fall.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and I won't.